Hey everyone, this is Bailey from the EMH, and I'm back with another Elephant Money video. And in today's video, folks, we're just going to go through a little November checkup to see where we're at in the Elephant Money system and some potential good plays and opportunities going forward. All right, so you don't want to miss this. Check it out. All right, so a little Elephant Money review for November, kind of see what's going on here in the system. And first and foremost, guys, I love to look at the Elephant Money chart, kind of zoom out to see just kind of like the journey we've been on so far and the health and protocol of the system. All right, so we've had our first parabolic run-up back in March and April of 2022. So that proof of concept that the supply squeeze, supply shock that Bertha can pull off is the real deal. And, we're going to be able to eventually kind of parabolically appreciates the Elephant Money token through the tokenomics of the system. All right, so that's kind of like that proof of concept there. And I, initially discovered the protocol through kind of seeing and discovering this chart and then digging into the tokenomics of like how that happened and why it worked. So pretty amazing stuff. So I got involved like right here, and guys, I've been DCAing and was able to build like good elephant token like all throughout here. And one of the things that happened last November and heading into December, and was like a lot of sideways action with the Elephant Money system. And it was just kind of like a horrible, like terrible, like bear market and all that stuff. And, so we traveled sideways a little bit. And that was just basically, guys, like redistribution, like people were buying and selling. And who was accumulating during this whole time was Bertha, right? And so when I released the video like DeFi's economic engine is coming, and that was in January of 23 here. I was able to see like, all right, Bertha has grown over like 40 trillion tokens in this period where, the price wasn't appreciating that much. And it was kind of like a great opportunity to be DCAing and building a position in the elephant token, right? And then what happens is January releases, we released at the end of January, excuse me, futures, right? And futures has been like an insane money printer, 0.5% per day cash on your balance. And, so that has taken off, and that really kind of started our kind of acceleration because when you go into futures, the vast majority of that goes into the Elephant Treasury in the Elephant Token Buyback Program. So it's buying back Elephant tokens like off the market and making them more scarce and appreciating the price. And then we had, guys, a release of our unlimited NFT set and round one, which came out in July and kind of sold out in August there. And that kind of created just another kind of leg of the price appreciation, right? And then, guys, FOMO hit big time, all right? SK Crypto K was making the world tour, just dropping some crazy knowledge in AMAs and spreading kind of the news of how this protocol works. And, people were aping into the elephant token, like, going crazy. And, we got to the point where we reached like a very high level, and some people started taking profit, and then more people were taking profit. So a lot of people sold their elephant token positions, people of that had held long term, some that just kind of came in and didn't, realized like that the elephant token's best as a full, long-term hold. And so we had ended up with a lot of selling. And then we also had a lot of redistribution of folks that were kind of looking at their portfolios and saying, hey, like, I want a little bit more of this steady income, right? So they started selling some of their elephant and like repositioning into, say, futures and things like that. So we've had this like area here where now we've had this little area where we're kind of like crabbing a little bit sideways yet again. And some of it has to do too with like the uncertainty or that was kind of going on with like the CZ situation and whatnot. And, so now that's resolved and we're looking like potentially a bull market is going to be, starting and it's going to be able to take this BNB token with it, which will, appreciate hopefully pretty nicely because that will take the elephant token along for the ride. So things are looking pretty interesting right now. So what I'm going to show you guys is that kind of just like last year where, that we had a little period where we were moving sideways, but someone's always building and that someone was Bertha. And we're going to be able to see that, with this next leg, it's just going to be another like pretty good accumulation phase of locking away more elephant token and being able to gather an even greater kind of hold on the circulating supply. And we're going to see another, in my mind, pretty soon, within the next few months or so, depending on our adoption and everything, like we're going to start to see this kind of take off yet again, right? Because the underlying tokenomics of what makes this so strong and the product market fit, and you're going to see that of, the elephant token, the futures and the unlimited NFTs really kind of creates this action. So I can definitely see this doing like another parabolic rise. And then of course there'll be like a little bit of a sell yet again, at some point, because, people are going to sell that hold the elephant token. But, overall, I think we're going to see that the elephant token is this amazing long-term, store of value that's going to continually be on the rise. All right. So one of the things, guys, you're going to see is, there's been some volume of both buying and selling, which is awesome because Bertha's always going to get that cut. And just want to highlight today some of the tokenomics that make this so special is that portions of the buy and sell fee, especially when you are looking at the transactions on PancakeSwap, are building long-term sustainability and liquidity for the protocol, right? So right here, guys, one of the things I noticed today when I was just looking through and preparing for the video here, so there was like a big sell of elephant token right here. So close to $100,000 of elephant token, was sold. So I was like, oh, wow. Like, and what I didn't realize, and then when I looked, I was like, oh my gosh, it was actually the elephant token, and it was kind of taking those fees that it collects for the buy and sell PancakeSwap, and it was adding that 5% fee to the locked liquidity, right? It was actually kind of like a mini little graveyard rebalance. So it sells 250 billion. So about 425 BNBs worth, so about 100 grand. Sold that for BNB, but then it adds the remaining 250,000, 250 billion elephant tokens that I had with that BNB, right? So, and then what does it do? It creates those LP pairs, deepening the liquidity of the protocol, right? So I was like, oh yeah, like there's this little dip. So hopefully you're able to take advantage. If not, Bertha will be taking advantage, but that's just kind of some of the tokenomics that are always, at play in the system, right? So sometimes when you see like the sells, know that a lot of that selling of the elephant token is fueling like the economic activity of the protocol, right? And a lot of the values actually stays captured in the protocol through like the fees or through repositioning into other Elephant Money products and whatnot. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of highlight that. I was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty cool little detail that I get to talk about today. All right. All right, so guys, all right, so what's going on here is that Bertha is just insane as far as collecting and storing away this elephant token. All right. And what I was very excited about was seeing, this sideways action for a while. When you know the system and you have kind of like a longer term outlook on it, it's extremely good because Bertha right now is dollar cost averaging into elephant token. So you want that elephant token to be relatively affordable for her, right? Because if you are someone that's going to be like benefiting from futures, a lot going forward, if you're going to be utilizing NFTs, which are pretty cool, you want Bertha to have vast majority of the tokens. So how is she going to get them? Well, she'll get more of them if they are cheaper, right? So as long as you don't have like a I need to sell my elephant token like right away, if you have a longer term mindset, then you should be pretty cool with Bertha getting this nice discount, right? And if you do need cash, you build a futures position, because that has been something that I've been able to utilize on a monthly basis. So really good there. So let's check a look. Let's check out this little thing that I dug up here. So this was one of our community members, Jeb, made all these like really cool tools that you can utilize for this Microsoft Power BI sheet here. And he's got things like futures trackers, reflection trackers, and a couple things here that I thought were really cool. Here is the ultimate race, right? So this is where Bertha is accumulating her tokens here, and we're heading to the point where what's really good is that Bertha's supply of the tokens is going to be increasing, and the herd, the human holders, we're going to see kind of what happens to their quantity of tokens, right? So let's check it out, guys. So this is a little race that we're going to be able to kind of take a look at. Let's see. All right. Okay, so we got right now, this starts July 11th, 2022. And Bertha has got 84 trillion elephant tokens. The BNB LP sitting at a little under 130 trillion. BUSD LP's got about 107 trillion. And the herd, the participants in the system, have 177 trillion tokens. This was July 11th, 2022. All right, let's check this out, guys. So we are racing here. And what do we see? Ooh, all right, so, all right, now we're in September, October 2022. Bertha's kind of creeping along a little bit. Okay, the herd has gone down. They've been selling a little bit towards the end of the year. All right, now we got 2023 approaching. Oh boy. All right. All right, what's going on here? Bertha, you're going crazy. All right, so Bertha's she's hit 150. Is she stopping there? All right, herd's going up. Bertha's going up. Oh, herd, what are you doing? Oh, herd went down. Herd's going down. All right. So, guys, so that has been kind of like our journey so far with our token counts. And so if you check it out, guys, so our LPs, we're draining and draining and draining. And then we had a little bit of that sell off in October, and we actually had to the point where the herd was getting close to about 200, it was a little over 238 trillion tokens. And as of right now, all right, the herd is now at just barely over 200, 202. So we can actually see that, there's been a lot of redistribution and selling from the elephant token holders themselves. So about 36 trillion tokens from human participants have been sold, and some of them have been used and like to profit. Some of them have been gone into futures and NFTs and our other products. And then, of course, some of them have gone into Bertha, right? Through all the selling fees. And then also, so if people redistributed into other products, right? And if you check it out, guys, so yes, like the LPs did go up a little bit. But did they go up, 30 some odd, 36 trillion tokens? No. All right. Who continued to feast? Bertha, right? So, guys, and if you take a look kind of at Bertha's growth here, so at the end of last year, and so this is kind of where, I was accumulating some tokens and everything. Bertha's going up like a little bit, not too much. And notice how the herd is going down, right? Because people were selling then, right? And the liquidity pools were going up a little bit. But Bertha's always accumulating, right? She's always kind of getting like a cut of all of those fees. And then once we hit that January mark, you're going to see that there's this change in Bertha's trajectory, and that was due to the release of futures. All right, so now Bertha is taking off, and look at this rate of change. It is like not slowing down. So even though elephant tokens are getting more and more expensive and appreciating in price, and this was like kind of like the parabola was going nuts up till this point here, she's still just like chomping away, right? So she's gaining and gaining at a nice momentum and speed, despite the fact that the elephant tokens were appreciating, right? And then she's been able to continue on that pace because what's been nice is the elephant token dropped in value, right? So as the elephant token has dropped in value, she's been able now to continue to, feast upon the elephant token, right? Where if it kind of continued to appreciate indefinitely, that rate of change that Bertha was experiencing would have to slow down, right? So right now, guys, that she is kind of accumulating these tokens at an extremely rapid pace, right? So awesome stuff right here, guys. Okay. So just kind of take a look at it through the lens of Dune Analytics. All right. So here is our Elephant Money governance dashboard. And so this shows you all the inflows and outflows to the Elephant Treasury. So this is probably now like it's my favorite Dune dashboard here. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys, and we'll do all time here. So this is last 30 days, but we'll go all time, which is down here. The elephant money, the treasury balance, right? So this is Bertha's balance. So how much tokens and value she's accumulating every single day, all right? And you can just see from this dashboard, it just lays it out so perfectly, how much of just a monstrous like business elephant money is, right? I mean, it's just, it's kind of unfathomable, but when you think about it, it's the product market fit of futures, 0.5% cash per day, right? The unlimited NFTs, which is kind of like the ultimate dividend paying, appreciating, store of value, especially for like B&B, paying you in an appreciating asset. It's like super cool. And then the elephant token itself, which we saw, you know, when you zoom out, just if you have this long-term mindset, like it's an amazing store of value token. Right. So we're going to take a look, guys. And with the Elephant Treasury Bertha, we are actually like crushing it as far as building this treasury, right? And what's that doing? It's locking away that circulating supply of elephant tokens. So it's eventually going to get to the point as Bertha keeps accumulating and the human holders kind of go down and eventually get flipped by Bertha. You know, it's just going to be more and more protection for the liquidity of the project. And, you know, when people sell, there'll be less people that can sell, and it will have overall, it will just lead to less volatility going forward, you know, because less people holding the token, the better it is for the protocol as far as, you know, predictability of, you know, kind of like our parabolic ascent, right? Because Bertha will sell tokens, but she sells it in a very deliberate and scheduled manner. And you know, it's not going to lead to like these huge rapid like drops in red candles that can like, you know, freak some people out, you know. But if, yeah, guys, if we just keep like looking at Bertha's accumulation, it's green. It's like always green. It's like insane, right? We actually have to travel back to January, right before futures was released. So Bertha was accumulating and gaining tokens every single day since January 20th, right? So she has now been gaining tokens for like 11 straight months, nonstop. So that just kind of shows you like the home run products of futures and the unlimited NFTs, right? The product market fit of, you know, just insane, awesome cash flow and, you know, ultimate awesome passive income utility NFTs, right? So the actual system itself is just absolutely crushing it. And what's great for us is that, you know, with a little bit of sideways price movement, just that treasury is going to be able to pick up more and more tokens, you know. And even though now we are, if you look at it, you know, when she was accumulating down here, the tokens were cheaper than accumulating here. And accumulating here, the tokens were much cheaper than here. But, you know, if you took a look at her rate of change, Bertha is going up faster and faster and faster with these more expensive tokens, right? So that's kind of like underlying showing you just how strong the products are, right? And how strong the demand is to, you know, interact with the system. Right. So what do I think, guys, going forward? Some really great plays. Obviously, guys, futures, which is just the passive, the active and passive cash flow with the futures account, 0.5% per day. Guys, like seriously, like 29 million bucks in here. You know, 3 million already paid out. People have been collecting. The thing works. It's awesome product. 15% per month. Like, can't really argue with that, right? And so it's BUSD, and it's going to be transferring over to BNB very shortly. And that's going to be cash accounting, though. So it's going to be stable, predictable amount of money, you know, so it'll act like a stable coin for accounting purposes, but, you know, it'll be paid in BNB going forward once that change goes through. Right. But just an amazing product, futures. And then, guys, unlimited NFTs, right? Limited NFTs are going to be kind of like a really awesome play going forward because 2 BNB is their price to mint them. And BNB is going to be appreciating pretty soon, right? So get them now when the BNB is cheaper. You can stake them for 25% APR, and then you can hold them indefinitely. Or you can then hold them and then sell them down the road when we get to the next round, right? The next round, the minting price doubles, and you'd be able to sell that NFT for a profit in BNB. And then if BNB also appreciates, you're going to get that profit as well, right? So the next round, guys, is from NFT 10,000 to 20,000, right? So we're already about 18% through round two. So I wouldn't sleep on them, because like you would definitely want, I think, to pick some up before BNB starts to explode, right? And once we start buying NFTs, guys, guess what happens? Bertha pumps even more. So that could kind of be like our next kind of catalyst that brings us up to like the third parabola, and we'll find like our next level where it gets to the point where some people might want to redistribute again, right? But so far, guys, I mean, ecosystem's amazing. There's products that can fit your needs no matter what. And I'm really liking the overall trends. I'm loving the products, the product market fit. I know that BT is looking at he's now kind of taking out a little more for performance fund, which is for marketing. So I know that the marketing efforts are going to be improving, and we're going to be continuing with the each one teach one, kind of showing more people just how awesome the NFTs are, how awesome accumulating the elephant token is, and those futures accounts. All right, so overall, guys, I'm pretty bullish. I'm thinking that the system looks great. All right, underlying health of the system working as intended. And this is going to be one of those systems where I think once a lot of retail people like come back, and they're like, oh, like elephant money, oh yeah, that was like around like last like couple of years ago, and when I busted out, right? And they're gonna see like, oh, that's the only name I recognize, in this just crazy landscape. We're gonna start to really kind of see that, like, yeah, like this longevity and reliability of a good system and a good community, good founder and everything is gonna pay some nice dividends for us. All right, guys, well, take it easy, and I will see you on the next one. All right, folks. This is Bailey from the EMH. I'm out.